Three things people do when they secretly can't stand you. Nietzsche's hidden signs. Some people are never going to tell you they don't like you. They'll smile. They'll show up. They'll even call themselves your friend. But there's a feeling you get around certain people. A tiny, almost invisible static in the air. You can't name it. You can't prove it. But something in you knows. This isn't real warmth. Friedrich Nietzsche spent his life studying exactly this. The gap between what people say and what they actually feel. And he discovered that hidden hostility doesn't announce itself. It leaks out in tiny moments, in reactions, in silence. Today, we're going to look at three of those moments. And the third one is so easy to miss. Most people experience it for years without ever realizing what it actually means. Stay with me. This one might change how you see a few people in your life. Sign 1. They go quiet when you win. The first sign shows up at the exact moment you'd expect support the most. You get the win, the new job, the relationship, the achievement you worked years for, and you tell them. Watch the reaction closely because this is where the mask slips. A person who's genuinely on your side doesn't need to perform happiness. It just happens. Their face moves before their mouth does, but someone harboring quiet resentment, there's a half-second delay, a pause just slightly too long. Then the words come. Oh, wow, that's great for you. But the energy doesn't match the sentence, and then, almost immediately, comes a deflation. Must be nice. Well, you always did have it easier. Let's see how long that lasts. Nietzsche's insight here is sharp. When someone cannot celebrate your rise, it's rarely about you at all. It's because your win has become a measuring stick, and they don't like what it measures. Your success isn't the threat. Your success is the mirror, and some people would rather shatter the mirror than look into it. Sign 2, their honesty, always lands like a bruise. This sign is harder to catch because it's wrapped in something that looks like care. It's the friend who just wants to be real with you, the one who tells it like it is, the one who says, I'm only saying this because I love you. On the surface, that sounds like loyalty, but pay attention to the pattern, not the moment. Real feedback, the kind that comes from someone who actually wants you to grow, is occasional, specific, and balanced. It points at something fixable. It comes paired with belief in you. But there's another kind of honesty, the kind that shows up every time, about everything, and somehow never lands on anything you're doing well. And here's the detail Nietzsche would want you to notice. There's a difference between someone criticizing what you did and someone criticizing who you are. That didn't go well is feedback. You're just not built for this is something else entirely. One is about an event. The other is a verdict on your worth delivered with a smile and a disclaimer of good intentions. If someone's honesty never seems to run out, but their belief in you never seems to show up either, that's not honesty. That's contempt wearing honesty's clothes. Sign 3, the one I asked you to wait for. They get strangely calm when you're struggling. This one doesn't look like hostility at all. In fact, it can look like the opposite. Picture this. You're going through something hard, a setback, a loss, a failure you didn't see coming. Most people who care about you get a little uncomfortable. They don't always know what to say. They might even avoid the topic out of awkwardness, but there's a tension in them because your pain registers as their discomfort too. But certain people respond to your hard times with something unsettling, ease. They become more relaxed around you, more present, sometimes even warmer than usual. And on the surface, that might look like support. But notice when it arrives. It arrives exactly when you're smaller, exactly when the gap between you and them has closed a little. Nietzsche pointed at something most people never want to admit about themselves, that watching someone else struggle can quietly relieve an inner tension, especially if that person's success had been sitting uncomfortably close. It's rarely loud. There's no laughing, no cruelty. It's something far quieter. They simply stop pushing for you, stop checking in the way they used to, become a spectator instead of an ally, almost as if some small part of them has been waiting for exactly this. Here's what ties all three of these together. None of them are about what someone says. They're about what someone feels when your life moves in a direction they didn't expect. Nietzsche's deeper point wasn't trust no one. It was this: pay attention to how people respond to your becoming. Because some relationships are built around a version of you that no longer exists. The smaller, less certain, less visible version. And when you outgrow that version, some people grow with you, and some people quietly start rooting for the old you to come back. You won't always be able to prove which is which, but you'll feel it in the pause before the congratulations, in feedback that never seems to run out, in the calm that shows up at exactly the wrong moment. Take home message. So, here's a question worth sitting with. Think about the people closest to you. When you win, do they lean in or pull back? When you struggle, do they stay close or quietly drift? You don't need to confront anyone. You don't need to cut people off overnight. You just need to start noticing. Because the people who deserve a place in your life are the ones who want you to become more, not the ones who feel safest when you stay the same. If this gave you a moment of clarity about someone in your life, that's exactly what this channel is for. Subscribe to Booked Wisdom, because the better you understand human nature, the harder it becomes to be fooled by it.